Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. You got a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. See, I got two people in here already. James, what's going on, my guy? Annie, what's going on, baby? Cool Gamer, what's going on? First things first, hopefully everybody had a blessed and productive Tuesday. Hopefully everybody was able to get through the work day smoothly. Hopefully the kids was able to get through the school day. Appreciate everybody that tuned in earlier this afternoon for the conversation. Definitely was a great one. If you missed it, you can catch the replay. Tonight going to be a little bit different only because talks like this also need to happen. And it's needed because, again, in order to build a strong foundation with the right somebody, you got to make sure that somebody is right for you. Um, One thing I am going to say is that, again, you need to be wise in the relationship decisions that you make. And that's on both ends because, again, it'll end up looking bad for you somewhere down the road when you finally do decide you really want to be, settle down or even have that person with you. Series, what's going on, baby? Angela, what's going on, baby? You really have to be wise in the relationship choices that you make in life. Yes, both men and women. You must do that because, again, when it comes to this situation right here, is two things that's technically at stake: your spiritual peace and your heart. Honda, what's going on, baby? Shanita, what's going on, baby? Cowboy, what's going on, my guy? See y'all, man. Main thing you should be asking yourself is what exactly do you want and what exactly you need as far as finding your significant other. Shouldn't be that much of a list depending on what it is exactly you want. Some people are simple and don't require much. Chew, my guy, chew. My bad, y'all. Chew. That's what you get for doing too much. Chew. There you go. Yeah, you're all right. My bad, y'all. All right, now go sit down. Go ahead. Now, again, the list might be long, the list could be short. It also depends, again, on what exactly you solely need. Some people, you're not always going to get what you want again, but you will get what you need. You don't want to go through a lifetime and not actually be settled down or have the right person with you. There actually are some people who die alone, which is the saddest stories to hear because, again, these people didn't have no offspring, no nothing. But the problem in some of those situations is because that notion of trying to find the perfect person, it doesn't exist. We all ain't perfect, number one. So we need to get this clear. There is no such thing as finding the perfect person. If you think you're gonna find it, you're gonna realize that your life done went past you. You never found it. Main thing is to accept what's given to you. You should honestly look for somebody that at least fits the same interest as you, or at least believes in the same ideas. Like, main thing to remember when you are in a relationship is you gotta have compassion and consideration. BMF, what's going on, my guy? Gotta have, you know, that much of a strategy for it because it's gonna be situations where again, one person might not take something as you take it, and vice versa. But again, you are supposed to come together and build. The communication level should also be a determining factor as far as finding your significant other. You know, trust and honesty, that's technically the main ones that should be anywhere in your databanks. Sorry to say it that way. I got to be able to trust you with my heart. I got to be able to trust you with everything. And it needs to be loyalty to that, especially if I'm doing the same thing around the board. You know, this is where some people get the miscommunication and the breakdown. Again, consideration. Because when you are in a relationship, it's not just the one person, it's a two-person tandem now. Again, you got to be able to come together, sit down, and have talks, even uncomfortable talks. Again, communication is the best way. Once you see something ain't fitting the way you feel it should fit, and you still have to have a discussion about things and how you want to move from there. No doubt, BMF, you already know, bro. The minute you keep yourself silent, the minute you don't express what you need to express, that's a problem. The minute you can't be yourself or express yourself, especially to your significant other, that's a huge problem as well too. And if that is becoming a problem, you need to sit down and evaluate where you go from there. I think this is where a lot of people mess up at as far as relationships is concerned. Because again, you essentially have to make a decision on if that's a person you're going to deal with or not. That's why I said you have to be mindful and wise of the relationships or the relationship decisions that you make. Both have to be able to listen, comprehend, and understand. Because again, you are building each other up. Building and uplifting the best ways to do it. Prime example, even when somebody is down, right? Or your partner might be down for a minute, you know, throw certain things up at them as far as doing anything to make them feel a type of way. Not supposed to. I've always felt like this. There's some people who don't open their mouths. And then here comes the resentments. Um, when you don't open your mouth and again say something, it's gonna start poking with you. You know, you have to let your partner know exactly what it is when the time is right. Even if you both got to sit down, find something to keep yourselves calm while you doing so. I would say this, fellas and ladies. Somebody done did something, even if it wasn't that serious. If you said you forgive somebody, let it go and keep it pushing from there. I notice why a lot of good relationships are messing up too, because some people don't know how to just let go for real. They don't. We had an argument about something and we done packed that up and threw it away. There should be no reason why somewhere down the line we going right back to that same argument. The minute that you say you forgive and then you go against that, that's going to be a problem too. But some people will be hip and wise to that. And shoot, if they feel a type of way about it, they might help you make the decision even clearer and quicker. Again, y'all are supposed to just help build each other up. Sometimes you might have to pick each other's brains, but the majority of the time, I've always felt that strong love and a strong bond, it comes from not just having a strong friendship with somebody, but just having strong communication and intelligent conversations. Even doing certain things to keep things on the up and up. Yes, everybody at some point, whether it's relationship, marriage, or whatever, some point you have to spice certain things up. Because yes, I believe if you are together with somebody for a long stint, there's certain things that you're gonna feel lacking in them aspects. So you do the best to try to make it better. That's what you are supposed to do. Doesn't matter what cylinder or what aspect of the relationship or marriage. Again, keep that communication lines open. The minute you close them off on either end, now you have nothing but miscommunication. And those simple miscommunications a lot of times can definitely cause a barrier of hurt and pain that nobody should want to have to go through. James, what's going on, my guy? See you up, man. I already know if y'all just tuned in at the like button. Key definition for love, in my opinion, for a strong love, for everlasting love is again communication, trusting each other, and then standing together. Because the world is going to throw you both obstacles. And even with that, there's temptations all around the board. So, main thing to remember, if you are with somebody, if you locked in with them and they locked in with you, there's nothing that should be able to pull that apart. Tanya, what's going on, baby? Miss T, what's going on, baby? See, I would say a common problem that I see again is that at certain points it seems like it's nothing but just miscommunication. And sometimes it is outside interference. Those outside interferences, in my opinion, would definitely cause a strain on whatever it is that you are trying to fight through. So the main important part again, don't close those communication barriers. And if you need somebody to come and intervene between both of you, make sure it's somebody that you trust, whether it be one or two. If they're gonna help you balance out whatever and also keep everything within the realms of how it's supposed to be done, and you really get the people that you trust. I want to say this even to people on the other side of the spectrum or do suffer from um, certain depressions and stuff like that. And you happen to come across somebody that's almost on the same level with you as far as that is concerned. If counseling is the best way to do things, do it. Some things you might have to do separate, but majority of the time, everything else, when you're a couple, should want to do the things together. Again, you're supposed to be creating memories beyond memory. When you miss out on certain moments, you miss out on a lot. Main thing to remember too, sometimes it's not just spicing things up, but being creative enough to know you're gonna always have to keep the chains rolling between you two. Yeah, some people who have done the simplest things like just pray and really get some things out the way. As far as they need the counseling, they did that. Or they prayed, they talked about it, and they moved on from there. Whatever you feel in your heart, you are supposed to let it be known. I think I kind of figured out that beggars can't be choosers. It's not just on one level. It's on a whole nother level too for some. And I hope some of you people that might be in the midst of that listen to this. Again, there is no such thing as finding the perfect mate. It could be close to perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So even though your options or even though your spirits might be set high, in finding that, you have to come to a reality and a conclusion that it's not to be. Needs and wants. When it comes to relationships, that's another question that's always asked: the needs and the wants. You want to keep a relationship strong, or do you feel you need to keep a relationship strong? That is a question too. For you men and women out there, you feel person you might be dating or even in a relationship with, you feel at some point they're not listening or receiving anything as far as what you're saying in the message, you have to really sit down again and have a talk. And if not, you just gotta go your direction. Hey, some of you women that claim, "Oh, I want to be led," want to be led, but if you're not being led the way you feel like you're being led, then yeah, you have an option to walk away and leave. But in the same token, that don't necessarily mean give yourself up to everybody. I would say the same thing with the fellas too. You got an option a lot of times to leave. You feel this person just doesn't complete you in the way you feel you should be completed. Hey, it's either you can work around it or Find the person that you feel is going to best fit that. That's why it's called keeping your options open. But you keep your options open in the right manner. For those who might be getting into their first relationships, ain't gonna be no smooth walk in the park. But the main thing again, keep that communication line open. Have love, respect, and trust for each other to trust the process and see where it goes. You want a best relationship advice right there, you're still gonna have to fight. And not on a physical term, but you're gonna have to fight for your love. Especially if you really feel this the person for you. And they would have to do the same exact thing, like I was speaking about the other day. This is a person that you feel really completes you. You done been, I'm gonna say, longer than 2 years. You really feel that's a person that's going to complete you, or you still figuring out the motions from there. Um, Again, you are still supposed to fight. And if that person is doing everything by the book and giving you everything that you need and want, again, I have to take that into consideration. Realist, what's going on, my guy? Now, all in all, though, like I said, it's careful decisions and what you do. But there are some people who actually need to humble themselves too. That's another reason why sometimes people are not in the best predicaments when it comes to relationships for real. Now, I'm going to say this on this notion right there because you never know, prime example, if you do got the right one. And if that person is definitely the right one for you and you manage to blow that, you'll see that sometimes your options is not as great as you think they are. Keep going through life and not really taking the time to do the math, do the work. It's not going to ever work. Again, come to a conclusion in what you want and need in a person and make sure that that person is fitting or at least damn near to a T what you want and what you need again. If that person is giving you love, if that person is giving you honesty, if that person is definitely giving you in more than one way the happiest feelings that you've ever had, if that person is actually locked in with you the way you locked in with them, you better secure the bag, in my opinion. That's how I'm gonna look at it. Secure the bag, damn it. My opinion, relationship is a bag. And I'm not talking about money, just bag. You can have a bag full of anything in there, but you should never have a bag of regrets. So that's the one thing to remember and take hold to. Again, be careful in the relationship and the decisions you're making in your relationships. Frugal, what's going on, baby? And it honestly goes in both directions. Again, you got some women probably right now kicking themselves, and vice versa. You got some men kicking themselves because they was already in a perfect position and not saying rightfully so, but got humbled enough to get pushed right into the other position. So Again, got to learn how to read a person real well, take into consideration thoughts, opinions, take into consideration. Because there's some women, I'm going to speak to y'all right now. There's some of y'all that will try to destroy even the ones that are trying to be ambitious and do something, which is a bad look right there. I'm going to say this, even if he ain't where you feel he should be, if that person is still willing to give you his last name, that should mean something. That should tell you right then and there that guess what? It ain't no mistake, especially if it's coming from a great place in the art. But again, even if you feel a person ain't the way you want them to be at, as far as any standards is concerned, then you have the option to leave. Don't just get into it with somebody and then now you feeling like you made the wrong mistakes. Again, you have to be sure on what you're doing. The main key, a lot of times, again, is you have to love and trust yourself before you can love and trust anybody else. And that's just the overall fact about it. Because once you love yourself and know yourself, now you know where your value is at. You know exactly who you are. You already know what you're going to be. So now it's just about finding that significant other to share and enjoy that adventure with. In my opinion, it should never feel forced. And I mean, honestly, it shouldn't feel forced. Everything should come from the heart and should definitely come from a good place. And if you're humbling on it, guess what? You should be good to go. Keith, what's going on, my guy? Like I said, you have some people who have cried and moped about people not being where they need to be at, whether it's financial, whatever. And in the same token, again, you still have an option. But you'll see as you keep running through your options, those options get slimmer and slimmer. Main thing to remember again, love is also a legacy that needs to be left. So if you are trying to build that legacy, especially with somebody and it's built just on love and everything that needs to be, then guess what? That's a legacy that's being built right there. And it can be passed on. It will give the inspiration not just within your family, but the people around your family to see that yes, two people can come together even if they from opposite sides of the tracks, and everything could just mesh the way it needs to mesh. Especially if they both love and care for each other the way they need to. My fault. Shout out to the plug. You know I gotta do that one time. But it's not that far from the truth. Again, even when you're dating, you have to put out on the line exactly what it is you want and let that person know what it is you want. But also, you have to be able to tell them what you need. And again, you have to learn to make decisions. Prime example, you got some people who really go by certain standards as far as, oh, she's not too fun, or he's not this, or he's not that outgoing, or she's not that. Look, if that's how you feel all in all, then just continue to either date or just fall back until you find somebody that fits that damn niche on your list. Gotta be able to set people for who they are, their flaws and all of that. Again, not everybody perfect. If a person is willing to compromise and work with you, and they also trying to build with you, that should already be a plus right there. Again, the one thing to remember on both sides, men and women, yes, you can't play around with people's hearts. That's always been a no go. Can't play with their minds neither. Because again, gotta protect your mind and your heart. Think there's nothing sadder than when there are certain things that could have easily been talked out and they don't get easily talked out. Some of it is because again, once the wrong set of people get into something, that's usually what it ends up being. I would say in certain instances, if love is really determined between two people, at some point it'll come into fruition. Even if it ain't right away, it'll be somewhere down the line. In certain cases, I've seen that happen. I've seen two people that I went to school with that I thought they was never going to break up, and when they broke up, I thought it was completely over with them. Because by the way both of them moved on, you would have thought that's exactly what it was. Like even to a point of them not talking to each other, kind of made me kind of like worried, really, because sometimes when you do got good bonds with people like that, it sometimes it can break shit. You never know what somebody's going through, number one, but then again, you have to make careful, wise decisions. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's the worst set of character anyway. Just my opinion on it. Because again, not everybody's gonna be playful when it comes to their peace of mind and their heart. Because the minute they don't sit right with their spirit, you're gonna unleash something that you really don't want to unleash. But again, it goes back to what I said before. Be wise in your relationship decisions. You're out there dating, hey, you're out there dating. But if you do find somebody you want to try to build with, gotta make sure they definitely on the same page and the same growth with you. Again, you're not always gonna get what you want, but you're always gonna get what you need. But again, the one thing to remember in any situation, it's never break anybody down. Never break your quote unquote significant other down in no way, shape, or form. Because that could backfire on you too. Hammer, what's going on, baby? But in all honesty, you got to look at it. There would be a lot more happy, successful relationships. Again, everybody would just say what's on their mind, say what's on their heart. Again, listening and understanding, and then working together on it because one just can't work on what their problem is. You got to work on what your problem might be too. Best course of action a lot of times is just, again, assessing the whole situation. What got y'all both to this point, and then how you could fix it, work around it, and then move on from that point. Because again, sometimes, a lot of times, it be just misunderstandings. And again, if it's not to a situation where you felt it cut deep on either angle, then you just work around it. The main thing again is just work on solid communication. Even down to that fact that if you feel a person is not communicating with you the way you feel you need to be communicated with, and you still need to say something. I think that's the right way to do it, at least in my opinion. Once you talk and release whatever y'all need to release, you'll feel a lot better. Won't be no heaviness laying on you. And in all honesty, you are both supposed to check on each other's well-being on all cylinders and aspects, especially if you claiming that you love each other, or if this is what you want to do. I can't just focus on my mental and not focus on yours neither, and vice versa. Again, you might have some uncomfortable talks, might not want to have, but if that's going to build stronger foundation on both ends, then you need to have. I think another reason why some people don't have good relationships is because sometimes they still be unaware of what a person really wants and needs, especially if certain people are not saying nothing. You know, that's the one thing. Again, y'all got to keep communication lines open, even if you're just dating for right now. Dating and you feel like it couldn't lead to something else, then hey, keep the communication lines open. Slightest miscommunication can actually do a lot of damage. Again, y'all supposed to be able to express yourself and be yourself with somebody that's supposed to be building with you forever. And honestly, if a person can't accept that, then obviously you should know your answer right there on what you want to do. That's just how I look at it. Again, once y'all able to keep that communication barrier open, now y'all are basically a unit. Y'all almost like a supercomputer, in my opinion. You're working around the clock. You're surveilling and doing a little bit of everything that's necessary. Keeping your eyes open, but also keeping your minds open. See, I'm not gonna lie. There's some people who they go for what they want more than what they need, and they always end up getting the short end of the stick. At least from what I've seen. Again, I understand some of you are gonna have certain expectations, but again, if it's not within that one person that you're dealing with, then you make sure the next person should be the right one. Some of y'all are going off of the superficial ways of it and not thinking about the logical ways of it. All right, you say you want a tall man. Okay, well, make sure that tall man has all the criteria that you already have in motion as far as what you want and seek in a partner. And if that person happens to have all of that, then you good to go. If they don't, I'm telling you, better find somebody that's close to. Because again, them chances get slimmer and slimmer as you go higher and higher up. Again, talk to each other. And from right there, you should already know if this is something that you want or something that you don't want. But again, working together, that's the most important part of all of it. You have to work together. If the mission is that love, happiness, family, and everything else beyond that, you're gonna have to work together on that. So you got to do. But again, you solely have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And again, don't sell yourself short. You never really are supposed to settle for less than, especially if you know what you want. But there are some people who I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of y'all standards and expectations are outrageous. I'm sorry to say it. In this day and age, yeah, it's outrageous. And there's some of y'all who really shouldn't even, sorry, in my opinion, be choosy on anything. Not when you know you're at a certain age already. Again, humble yourselves. You in your prime, you are supposed to at least be with somebody that fits you and fits you perfectly. You want somebody you're gonna share laughter with. You want somebody that you're gonna share some tears with. You know, coming together on all angles. You both might be going through things as far as family is concerned. Could be health issues, or again, you know, it could be passing away in the family, stuff like that. Y'all got to be able to still keep communication strong and still be tough and ride out with up. We do ourselves a disservice when we don't do that. And even if you try to work things out and things just still don't add up. And again, a lot of times, you just gotta follow your first instinct. If you feel that person ain't the person, then you slowly just move on. Like I was saying earlier, there are some of you who look to be married. You want to be married. You want all this extra stuff. But in my opinion, I feel you just only want the trophy aspect of being married. And that's a problem right now that I see in society. Again, you solely choose what you need to choose. But you make the wrong decisions and continuously make them. At some point again, it'll crash down on you. And then again, it will make your options even more slimmer than they already were. So it's not always just about love them and leave them. And it's definitely not always just about playing around with people's mentality, integrity, none of that. 'Cause those karmas come back and bite you in the ass too at some point. Sorry to say it. Newtown, what's going on? No options though, for real. Love yourself, build yourself, and also honor and respect yourself. And again, just build yourself up the way you need to. I feel that would be the best possible way to do things. Because I feel once you take that next step as far as marriage is concerned, now y'all both in it for life. And that should mean something. Some people it's not, but it should mean something. 'Cause that's a huge step. That's a huge commitment. And again, it's also a symbol of what it's really supposed to be about. I honestly feel there are certain things that are messing up the dating scene on all angles. There are a lot of things that are messing up, at least from what I'm seeing. One thing for both people, both you men and women, that need to hear this. If you are on a date with somebody, I feel all phones or whatever devices should be put to the side, not unless you really need to check it. I've seen some relationships go to the bad too because that's exactly one reason why. Because if I'm supposed to have your undivided attention, the distraction. If we out having a nice dinner, we supposed to be talking and just communicating. Phone shouldn't always be an option. Again, unless you know it might be some type of emergency, keep your phone to the side or just lay it down and focus on who you're supposed to be focused on. For those of y'all doing that date night, especially those who are already in relationships, you doing and implementing those date nights. That is another thing too to remember. All right, you're gonna take your photos, whatever, whatever. All right, that's all cool, but everything else after that, it should just be solely focused on y'all. 'Cause that's how you keep communication lines open and strong. What would I rather do? Look in my phone or look in my lover's eyes? I'd rather look in my lover's eyes and just Focus. And y'all gotta have common grounds too. Not gonna lie to you. You don't want to put yourself in a hurt. So again, it is solely up to you to make wise choices and decisions, even when it comes down to the simplest relationship. Not gonna lie to you. Nah, Newton, come on, bro. You really gonna tell me if you with somebody that you messing with that you really got a thing for, you gonna be more focused on your phone than focused on them? On that. And honestly, I've always said that anytime it does become a situation where that's what it is with some people, you need to just get up and leave. You can't say you want to go do something with somebody, but then you focused on other stuff. It's pointless. Because then you might not hear something or you know, misconstrued something in the conversation. Your main focus is supposed to be the person that's supposed to be your prize, right? Like I said, this was the arcade game to claw. You got your damn prize. Better cling on to that sucker tight. Again, and I would say for the fellas, just know what you want. If you feel you don't require much in a woman, then you just go out there and you do what you got to do. But make sure you're making the right decision too. If they for the streets, they for the streets. Leave it be. You're not gonna find no love like that, especially those who are already in tune to the streets. So yeah, and same thing with you ladies too. Gotta be careful in the decisions you making, and make sure you are making the right decisions, but making safe decisions as well too. You want to be with somebody that's going to love and protect you on both ends, and not leave you for dead. And yes, I'm speaking to both men and women. I said that as a general statement. Want somebody that's going to love and protect you on both angles, just like you supposed to be willing to do the same thing for them. Don't let that ball go over your head tonight. Like I said, fellas, you don't want no woman that's always in her phone, especially when y'all supposed to just be having alone time. Hey, they can't get with that. You just gotta leave. And the one thing I am going to say, like I was saying the other day, and this is honest truth: if you claim to love and care for somebody, you're supposed to fight for them and stand with them. You're always supposed to do that for the person that you love. And I believe that some people don't like certain situations only because, again, there's bitterness somewhere, there's hurt and resentment, and there's also envy because those people probably missed their opportunities or not putting themselves in a position to be in an opportunity. There's some people who have lost love because too much outside interference. But once that interference was gone, at some points it felt like they came back together in the right way, the right fashion, and it got stronger. Some people ain't gonna like your relationship or your marriage, but hey, that's just them. And some people probably don't like it because they want that. Again, some people will show signs that they want something like that. Just gotta observe things. When you build a love and a trust with somebody, it should never be broken. Even down, like I said, the family. Even if the family don't, well, I can't say all family, because some family honestly don't care as long as that you're happy and you're safe. The ones that want to be attached and clinged on to too toughly, you need to separate that too. Again, bitterness will always mess up something good. Make sure you're around nothing but smoothness. You're already going to have your own problems and issues at times, but you shouldn't have bitter negative behavior leeching on to it as well. Drop the link in case anybody want to chime in on us. I feel like that is the best course of action a lot of times. Again, if you want to love and love deep, and that person loves and loves deep, better secure that and definitely lock on and tune in. And again, build together, love and respect one another, and don't take anything for granted. There are a lot of you who will mess up your own relationships because you more worried about what somebody else think and not worried about what you think and what you feel. Again, it is supposed to be solely about your love and your happiness and your growth. B Rob, what's going on, my guy? It's supposed to be about that. The minute you lose reality and perception of that, you're gonna have a hard downfall when it comes to building with anybody. And in tough dire situations, yes, you are supposed to again have each other's back. Again, you're all supposed to protect each other's hearts, peace of mind, and then protecting their souls, protecting your spirits, and keeping them guarded up the way you're supposed to. There's some of y'all that don't want to take that into consideration, but the minute you don't, you'll see you're going to wish you did. Again, listening and understanding each other will go a long way. You should choose something better, though. That's just my opinion on it. You should choose something better. What's better for you will be better for a brighter future in your life. E Rob, what's going on?
What's going on, Big Nate, man? How you doing this evening, bro?
Chilling, chilling, man. Enjoying another night off.
Yeah, me too, man. I had a night off. I had a day off today myself, bro.
Nah, I hear you, bro. Yeah, I was in the live earlier. Seeing you out
What
there trying to cook. Seeing you out here trying to cook. I shared you out there, bro.
man, I'm trying to move forward, bro. It's almost like the devil, man. Trying, you can't let nothing distract you from your goals you're trying to reach. That's just
Yeah,
a little piece of shitty ass demon who want a damn attention like a damn little girl. But we debunked that already, man. We trying to go on and talk about topics like what you've been talking about. I was just coming through and I heard you about talking about relationships. Relationships, in my eyes, bro, is all built about trust and loyalty. Like I said on my live earlier today. When you meet a female, man, or like you talk to a female approach you, man, I'm like, if you down with me, you down with me. People say you want 50-50. I'm gonna say we need to do 100%. I do, you do 100%, I do 100%. No matter what. Money don't, come or nothing like that. Money don't make you the man. You make the money. The money don't make the female. Shoot, the female make the money. Nate, man, we letting this. The money is controlling a lot of people. And money has split families apart. Money done caused people to kill each other. It just everything, man. Relationships, bro, is all about the person you are. It don't matter how much you got. At the end of the day, it's your personality, how you carry yourself, how you overcome these odds. Like when people get married, what the pastor tell the newlyweds? In sickness and health, rich or poor, no matter what happens, would y'all still be beside each other at the end of the day?
facts.
Yes, so
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, bro. I've seen people who've been, even if they ain't married, I've seen people still in long lasting relationships to this day. Kids and all. But see, in certain spots, they consider common law marriage. So technically, look, they beat the odds, right? So I'm telling you, again, and they've been still with each other as far as through thick and thin. That's how it's supposed to be. Shoot, you've been with each other through thick and thin before marriage. It shouldn't be that hard to continue to keep that path going. At least in my book, I'm just saying.
Nate, I'm glad you brought that up. Cause that's what it should be. When people get married, they're like when they get married, but most of the stuff you bust your ass for, it go
Yeah,
belongs to the wife as well because she's married to you. When they have divorces, she can get half of what you bust your ass for, and you get the half of what you bust your ass for, even though you did it yourself. I ain't saying a woman didn't do nothing, but she gonna get the half of what you had, what you built. That's why some of them like, man, and money is money involved. You got to pay a lot of money for divorce. You got to pay a lot of money to get married. And some of them like, man, we just want to just date and just like, shoot, you don't have to worry about all that. I got your back, you got my back. Marriage, man, I thought back in the day, it's supposed to be a partner for life, a partner. Now you get married, you have all the kumbaya, all the lovely, genre, the chandeliers and all the fancy shit, trying to get attention. Oh, look at this wedding, boom! Look at how she dressed. Look at how he dressed. Look at how the bridesmaid look. How the groomsmen's looking. All in the aisle looking nice, and you kiss the bride, and he was 5 months later to a year. You turn around, you getting divorced. If you marry somebody, please love that person. Not the way you look. That's what us men having problems with. We go for the ass and titties and not the heart and the soul and the spirit. Women the same way. They go for a 6'5", dark skinned man, all that money and glamour, and he looks nice and no homo, and all that whatnot. And then all of a sudden, he got an attitude of an asshole and break your heart, cheat on you because he got a lot of money and power. He think he can get away with it. You don't want to have a relationship like that. You want to go for what? how you become, how you carry yourself. Do not let money and all that power people claim to have consume your soul and forget what you come from, how you've been brought up. So
Like,
when I have a lot of money, man, I'm still gonna be the same nigga you see on this panel. I'm gonna be the same nigga be telling crazy ass jokes and making people laugh. I ain't gonna let this shit consume me, man. I won't. I will not sell my soul for no money. I'm not selling my soul at all. I got a vow I gotta make, and I'm gonna continue to go by my vow. I made a vow to be successful, and I'm not gonna rest till I get there.
I feel you, bro. Hold on. It's all
Cause
good in the beginning. It's all good in the beginning when you both happy with what happens years down the line when one is not happy. Again, you're gonna have to sit down, Newtown, and have that conversation. And y'all gonna both have to listen, open, and reciprocate everything. You're gonna have to. If you are unhappy at some point, you need to sit there and have a talk. The minute there is the slightest unhappiness, y'all are supposed to sit down and have a talk. Again, you can't be silent when it comes to that. Nexie, what's going on, baby? Appreciate you for dropping all those links, serious baby.
hmm,
Working hard for the 99 to 8,000, baby.
man, she to go to Walmart on Series S, bro. She be on it. She be on it every chance she get. Wherever she go, she is doing her mighty duties. That's what's up. Yeah, she over there. If I get out of line, she be calling me out on in the chat, telling me this, telling me that, especially when I'm on the road working. I told her I was laughing my ass off in one chat and one panel, and she told me eyes in the road, sir. Yeah, she be calling me out and I'm looking out for a nigga. And I appreciate that. Shout out those Series S, man. She on top of her game, man. I always got to have a woman on the side, make a man feel better, man. Cause I always tell him, man, it's a not many good women out there in my eyes. Or maybe I'm like Scar. We're not looking hard enough. We're just trying to find these real women. I ain't about the glamour and about attention. It's about they want to show love and respect and caring, like how the old folks used to do it. That's why I always say, man, the old school still rules, man, because through all the pain and the suffering and the arguments, those older heads, those older seasoned veterans, been together for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, through it all. And some of these younger generation right here, bro, can't even last goddamn a year without having a divorce.
Yeah,
So
because see, that's the thing though. Again, if both of y'all hearts is not in it for the right reasons, then you honestly shouldn't even be stepping to get married in the first place. Hold on, word, what's going on, my guy? Nah, but
salute
that's
to you,
I've
the
always
word.
felt that way. I've always felt that way though. You honestly shouldn't go that far and that deep anyway. Not unless you know for a fact y'all both are on that one level, one page. Because again, you know, it's about protecting your heart, about protecting your peace of mind. It's about protecting your spirit.
Yeah, man, that's why I like to know the truth. I want to know who I'm dealing with before I get really close to that female because I want to know your likes, what's your dislikes, what's your hobbies, what you like to do on your free time, what makes you tick. We want to know so we won't, avoid these arguments. If we ever have arguments, I'm not going to try to argue with you. I'm going to say my piece and I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk away. I'm not trying to argue with you. What's to argue about?
Big thing to remember too is not to neglect certain things. Especially sometimes if on either end y'all both feel it is important to talk about, don't neglect that part. Sit down and talk. Even when you don't want to have the uncomfortable talks. You're gonna have to have them.
Man, I feel you on that, bro.
Listen, I'm telling you this from experience. Like I said, I had 16 years of experience with that one. So you're gonna have to hold a lot of that.
I feel you on that, bro. I feel you, man. But all right, Big Nate, I'm finna drop back down, bro. And thank you for letting me up, man. And chat, man. Y'all hold him down, man. Hold it down, support this man. And y'all also, subscribe to my channel, man. I speak facts and truth, man, trying to help out our community, man. That's the black people. Like I said, I'm half black, half Cherokee. It ain't just that. It's about era race, man. Like who trying to make it, who trying to be successful, who want to make it, who want to be, great, so they can leave their legacy and pass it on to their loved ones. That's all this is, not this dumb shit you hear on the news, man. But on that note, Big Nate, man, I'm finna let you go, bro, and continue on your show, man. Thank you for letting me to spend a couple of minutes with you, my brother.
You already know, bro. You always more than welcome to pop in, bro. You fans, man. You already know that.
Yeah, you too, man. Man, I'll be seeing you on my show too, bro. Man, come on, hit the panel, man, so we can chop it up, man. Oh yeah, by the way, man, we're gonna be talking about them video games, bro. I ain't forgot about that yet.
Oh, the fact that you still trash. All right, yeah. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Get
Nah, but
over
you always more than welcome.
it. All right, man. Y'all check, man. Y'all be blessed, man. God bless you, bro.
You already, man. Have a good one, man.
You too, man.
All right, man. Y'all make sure y'all sub up and support my bro, man. Doing this thing, getting the hang of everything again. That's the main thing to remember again. Oh yeah, that is another thing as far as a relationship. You have to still support one way or another. Supporting the right type of ideas too. The right ideas that again will keep everything intact. Again, y'all both take the time, like B Rob said, and just get to know who the hell you about to go all the way with. And if you feel that's not a person you should go all the way with, then again, you better sit back, think carefully, and then choose wisely on what you're gonna do from there. Real spill, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, y'all gonna have to bring everything to the table. And again, communication. Not just listen, but actually hear and understand what's needed and what's not needed. One thing you should never do is, again, tolerate disrespect in a relationship. And the simplest disrespect, in my opinion, is just not having your lover's back on all angles. Keep it a buck with you. And that goes on both angles again. Your lady not going to defend you against people that is coming at you, especially trying to cause a disturbance in the balance and the peace, and vice versa. Then y'all both need to make your decisions from there. Again, knowing yourself and loving yourself, you'll definitely be able to not just create a strong balance, but you'll also be the strong balance regardless. You'll be that balance when you need to be for the right person. And they're going to be the right balance for you when you need it. Again, you just got to solely have your vision open. and open to possible options. If you think you haven't found that person that you want to build with, then again, keep your eyes and your options open. You know what you want, you know what you need. So now it's all about just keeping it, especially when you do get it. Appreciate you, Real Spill, baby. I ain't gonna lie to you though. Again, gotta stop thinking on a superficial level when it comes to any type of love and connection. Gotta go beyond that. Really do. No doubt, Angela. Have a good one, baby. Nobody should ever have to tolerate that anyway. Again, love is supposed to be reciprocated on both cylinders. You are supposed to not just defend each other's honors, but you are supposed to defend each other's hearts. Because heartbreak will be the worst thing, especially when you deep in. I can tell you that right now. Like I was saying earlier, as far as answering new, be honest with you again. You don't understand what's going on. If you take your eyes off the prize just for that 1 minute, don't set yourself up for hurt. When you say you love and trust somebody, there's actions behind that. So don't forget about that part. Hold on, let me put some respect on this. Put some respect on this Cash App. Hold on. We're gonna give you the nice one. Appreciate you for that Cash App. I don't know, y'all. I think that's the one possible option of having that true definition and actually that perfect person, if you want to call it a perfect person, all around you. But again, you solely gotta love yourself. And that person that you with gotta love you just as much as you love yourself. And you must love them the same way. So again, that means no breaking each other down. Lift each other up on all angles. Trust me, it works. And again, to be honest, you never know how much time you might have. But again, you shouldn't spend eternity trying to find something. Just know what you need. Keep that communication line open. Actually take into consideration a person's feelings, thoughts. Take all of that. And don't toss it to the side neither. That's another way to set yourself up for a kill. When you know, you'll know. Again, just be wise in the relationship decisions you make. And also be wise in the decisions that you make while you are in a relationship. The reason why I said the first way around was because you ain't trying to be with somebody that's abusive. You're definitely not trying to be with somebody that's neglectful. Um, Anything along those lines that would definitely hurt your heart. So yeah, be wise in the relationship choices that you choose. If somebody doesn't have your best interest at heart, I don't think you should be with them either. You don't want to be with somebody that's self-centered and definitely not in tune with you or the world around them. Again, it is your decision. Best way to always keep a relationship strong is again having each other's backs through the thick and thin, and just reassuring each other that everything will be all right. Ladies, when your man is down, you should already know that that's when the comfort comes into hand, and vice versa, fellas. You know something wrong or off whack with your lady, you need to sit down and talk, or even if it's just hold 'em. Sometimes a good hug and a compassionate hug will do wonders. Again, it's about security on all angles. Again, you both are supposed to have a shoulder to cry on, shoulder to lean on. Again, that speaks volumes. Just think about what was said tonight, though. The link is still in the chat in case anybody want to chime in on this. No, I ain't gonna hold y'all all night. I definitely want to get that out again because some people need to hear that. Reassure yourself of your decisions that you're making. And if you have made the right decision, then you make sure keep that communication involved to the highest standard. And even if at some point you are unhappy, you still need to be having that communication. Talk to each other. See how you can both fix it. Because once you got into a certain stage, now you're already a tight tandem. Pick your significant other up when they down. Now you're right on that part right there, serious. That's one aspect of it. And some people actually think they did get married for the right reasons, but again, just the decisions that was made throughout the marriage, it set certain unprecedented. And then look, we know with certain situations people are playing around with that, but honestly, I always felt that shouldn't be played around with. Because once you are vowing to marry somebody and give them your last name, they gonna have your last name. But I feel you should never get married unless you really are getting married for the right reasons. It's not always just about the financials, even though that's what they kind of made marriage now, a financial contract. But it's not financials you worry about because how you gonna keep a house over your head, how you gonna um feed your kids if you do have kids, how you gonna keep them clothed, how you gonna keep them up to par with everything they need, so on and so forth. Again, that's the only financials you really should be worried about. Everything else should not be a financial gain, especially when it comes to marriage. Sorry, if you're marrying somebody, you're marrying them because you know you made the right choice and decision. That's just how I've always looked at it. You need to be careful sometimes too with the options you making because those have consequences as well too. There is one thing I want to build on though before I get up out of here. And this is one thing that need to be said for those people who are separated as far as like you might still be married on paper and separated, but a marriage is never officially over until you both sign those papers and actually go through with the proceedings. So even if you planned on moving on and you found somebody, the best bet for both of y'all is to do so. Sorry to say it that way. And that's the thing though. Yeah, that part next and that part too, serious is the truth. But again, that's not about what a marriage is consistent of. That marriage is supposed to be one holy union amongst a man and a wife and building the best possible life possible. To know that you are going to go through thick and thin, sickness and health, rich or poor, all of that, that's supposed to be in those vows. That's what you are supposed to be living and abided by when you go to that level. And if you ain't strong on either one of those levels, sorry, don't do it. Setting yourself up for it. Again, that part, what I was just saying recently, again, some of y'all marriages might not have worked out, but if it didn't work out, then that means you should be filing those papers. But there are some people who are spiteful and won't do the necessary things like sign those papers. But again, I felt that's the most selfish thing to do. Because you have some people who go by the code that if they are going to move on and be with somebody else, they want to make sure they don't have no complications on going the distance if they are going to go the distance. But I'll leave that for another night. And I'll leave the panel over in case anybody want to chime in on that one. I feel that's another thing that's messing up a lot of different things as far as a relationship is concerned. The relationship feel is what it is. And when you come to a conclusion, you decide to get married, again, make sure you're being married for the right reasons and you're married to the right person. That being said, I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. Mostly just wanted to get that out there tonight. And again, hopefully somebody took something from this. I appreciate you, B Rob, for popping in. You already know, bro. always a blessing as always to bring sun with the people, and I'm going to keep doing that. Or I'm going to have that conversation about what I was just talking about. Because yeah, not gonna lie to you, it don't sit right. You know, I feel once anything is done for, and you know it's done for, just go through the proceedings like you're supposed to, and keep it pushing. And that's on both ends because you never know. Just because it might not have worked out with y'all, who knows who could be around the corner for you? And you could be blocking that blessing because you still married on paper. Think about what was said tonight, though. And again, appreciate everybody that's been a part of this growth. Appreciate everybody that's just helping keep this tank moving. And we're going to keep doing that. Best possible way to do it is really just having this talk. Again, love yourself, build yourself, know what you want and need, and from there you proceed. Elevation and determination. Fundamental goals that should never be forgotten. So let's try to just build this ship the way we had it before. Playing field really should be what it is, an equal playing field, but got to come together and be together with the right people. But let me get up out of here, y'all. You're right on that, serious. Right on that part. Like I said, we'll definitely cover that on another night, definitely. Let me go stuff my face with this food I still got left over. I'll see some of y'all running around these streets tonight. Y'all already know. And again, always a blessing to be amongst the people. Oh, and before I do get up out of here, again, I do want to wish everybody a safe, blessed, and prosperous holiday season. Again, whether you celebrate it or not. And if you don't celebrate it, still have a blessed one and try to enjoy yourself the best way possible. Again, it's always a blessing for you to wake up and have breath of life. So don't forget about that. I'll definitely be back in the morning for the safe. Oh yeah, I'll be up early. I'll be up early. Don't know about doing no music tomorrow, but if I do, it'll probably be a brief little whatever. But more than anything, again, it's always love and respect when we come in here, and that's what we're gonna keep building. Safe, solid ground for you to enjoy yourself, have a great conversation, and build from there. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance tonight, you already know that love is love and it be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. James Money, you late for the show, baby? Nah, it's all good, bro. You just catch the replay, my guy. I definitely enjoy yourself. Stay safe. I see y'all running around a little bit. To the next live. We out of here. Peace and blessings.